An API is basically something like a vending machine. You can think API as a vending machine, let's say, right? So in a vending machine, when you press that button to get that product, you know that if you pay and if the system works, you're going to get that thing. Let's say you want a pack of peanut, or you want some soft drinks. When you press that button, you know that that's going to come up. However, in case of MCP, that's not the case. Um, this MCP, you can think more like you have hired a personal shopper for you, right? And there's a bit, actually not a bit, quite a bit of unpredictability how this smart personal shopper is going to shop certain things, right? So let's say you ask this person to go and get a book, or get an iPad from a market, right? Now, how this person is going to execute, you're leaving into this person's intelligence, right? So that person may end up hiring a third party vendor who is basically going to get certain things delivered for a delivery partner, maybe, who is going to deliver certain things that you have asked for, right? Let's say you have asked for an iPad, specific version of an iPad, and the personal shopkeeper does not find in the market. Then it can use its own intelligence and hire multiple third-party delivery partners to go and search in 5-6 different markets about this thing. For you, all these bills are going to come back to you. This personal shopper is probably going to come back with a massive bill of all those delivery partners that it hired on the go to get your task done, right? And with that, I think the multiple agents can act unpredictably. So when I was thinking about the top 3 things, so when I started thinking about the security of MCP, there are so many points came to my mind, and I have to narrow it down, because the most important thing is actually to discuss about security. But these 3 points that I have, I think kind of covers things, right? So first is unpredictability, right? If you can connect with that analogy that I gave you, MCPs and agents, MCP integrated agents work the same way. You are going to those agents with a specific task, and then you are leaving it to the agents how they should think about it, and you are giving certain tools at hand in the form of MCPs. So there are a lot of unpredictability how these tools are going to get used. Coming back to the second point, I think, let's say this personal shopper that you hired at first case was your own, someone who works in your house, likes to shop, and you wanted to basically send that person to shop certain things for you. But what if you don't have anyone, and one of your friend who you trust the most kind of says that, hey, I know an agency who gives personal shopper to do certain things for you, right? And you trust that person, and you basically get into hiring that external shopper. Now, that external shopper is exposed to the external world, which means that bad people have nastier way to basically manipulate those external shoppers. And this is exactly the same case with when your agent are integrated with server that are hosted. So if you remember, we were talking when we are creating that MCP server, when we are live coding and creating that MCP server, there are 2 ways you can do it. One is that you can create a local MCP server. You can also get connected to a hosted MCP server, right? And this type of things mostly comes when you are actually integrating with a hosted MCP server. Let's say MongoDB, right? So MongoDB MCP server, you have connected to the MongoDB MCP server. And I hope you remember the example that I was giving for MongoDB. If you don't, you should watch that previous video. And the third thing is standardized protocol creates a wide access. Now, what does it mean? When we are actually working with MCP, we are dealing with a standard protocol, right? And that is the plus point of MCP, isn't it? Now, what the standard protocol gives you? So if, let's say, I would have created certain things, a way for agents that I'm creating for my organization to interact with tools, I create my own framework, then it becomes proprietary. No one else knows about it. But MCP is not that. It's a standard protocol. The idea of MCP is that it has to be a standard, right? Now, when it is a standard, that means that not just you, everybody else knows its strength, knows how it works, knows its weakness. And all these three reasons, in my opinion, makes the attack surface so bigger to control, right? And it makes your threat modeling. If you've heard about threat modeling, if you've not heard about threat modeling, I think you can quickly Google it. But in one line, it's basically a way for you to understand how your systems can get attacked and how to take care of that, right? So you try to understand, try to identify your assets, you try to identify your actors in your ecosystem, and then try to figure out how those actors can basically exploit your assets in multiple ways. But here in this case, because of this unpredictability, this becomes really, really difficult to do a threat modeling because of the first reason mostly, that it is unpredictable. The second reason is also the fact that it is external server. Your trust boundary is beyond your trust boundary. And the third thing is everyone knows the weaknesses and strengths. So it becomes easy for everybody to basically exploit what you are trying to build.